Hey everybody, it's the D-Rock 100 and welcome back to more Pokemon White 2. Last time, we defeated Berg at the Castelia City Gym, and we also did a little more looking around at Castelia City, and we got a couple of things. This time, we're finally going to be proceeding on, and we're going to be heading north. So anyway, on screen I did a little bit of leveling up. Not a whole lot has changed. I'm going to show you off real quick. We're now in the mid-20s, except for Patrat, who's still in the late teens. But in all honesty, most of them didn't even change. Except for Anubis here, who learned strength through that HM and got rid of Endure from that. And Aqua learned Water Pulse off screen, which is a very, very nice move. Okay. I did find out some of the trainers off screen, but apparently I missed one. But I guess while I'm going through this one, I guess I can go in and cover the 5 new Pokemon that we can find. Yeah, right off the bat. Oh, it's the bios. Alright, so anyway. First up is Sandile. Sandile! This is a ground dark type. Very interesting typing. Man, Gen 5 really went the extra mile on the typings on this one, didn't they? So anyway, this thing is a Pokemon. It is not a bad Pokemon. It does have plenty of weaknesses, unfortunately, so if you want to have a really good Pokemon that can be tricky to use, Sandile's a good one. But then again, if you get one that has Moxie for the ability, ooh boy, you got yourself a pretty deadly Pokemon later on. Next up is Darumaka. Darumaka is a pure fire type when you find it, but once it evolves later on, it becomes a part fighting type. Which at that point it becomes a decent mixed attacker. So if you want a really good mixed attacker, you didn't go for Lucario. Darumaka's a good one. The only downside is it does gain a couple of more weaknesses once it becomes a part fighting type. So it's best to be prepared for how to use it before you do something you're going to regret. Next up is Scraggy. Scraggy is a dark fighting type. Once again, another very unique typing. So this is a very interesting Pokemon if used correctly. So if you want a really good Pokemon that knows how to get the job done, this is your guy. The only downside is it is pretty frail and it's also pretty slow. So if you want to have a really alright Pokemon and at the start of a really good fighting type, this is a good one. Next up is Mincino. Mincino is a Pokemon that can be found in this part of the game. I think only in White 2? Yeah, White 2. Mincino as a Pokemon. It is a decent normal type. Not bad, not great. To evolve it, I believe you need to get its high happiness, I believe it is? Or is it something else? I don't remember. But anyway, this thing is alright, I guess, but I really can't say a lot of good things about it because I tried using one before, but it wasn't really working for me. So, if you want one, by all means. Now, only in Black 2, we can find Trubbish. Trubbish is a part poison type. Well, it's a pure poison type, excuse me. This thing is practically garbage, no pun intended, but if you want to have a decent poison type and then ditching it later, Trubbish is a good one. The only downside is it is pretty frail in terms of both physical and special defense-wise, so if you want to have like I said, decent poison type and ditching it later, it's not a bad one. Ooh, hello, what is this? Ooh, I should be on the watch because Patra is now a watchdog. Who's going to confuse Ray? You know what? Let's do it. Let's give it a detect. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, some crappy bios, but we're gonna be seeing plenty more crappy bios in the future. Yay! Okay. Oh hey, it's you. I have been waiting here for you! What's the matter? Interested in what's behind me? These are not mere rocks, but the Pokemon known as Crustle! Observe! With this device, I'll create to energize Pokemon. Those Crustle! Were they just lying here out of energy with their boulders on their backs? Team Plasma said that we should recognize the potential Pokemon and liberate them from humans. I disagree! Conversely, it should be humans who bring out the hidden potential in Pokemon. Quit picking my nose. Now that I think of it, I never asked your name. Cedric, I remember that name. Well then, I will test you to see if you are a trainer who can bring out the hidden potential of Pokemon. Well, we got ourselves into a fight. Alright, now here we go. So this guy's got 2 Pokemon in his team. His first Pokemon, Magnemite, level 21, Electric Steel type, sturdy for the ability. Thunder Wave, Magnet Bomb, and Spark. Yes, those are its only moves. Yes. Alright. So let's go for a Water Pulse, but this is good use. Love the animation on this one. Crap. Now that's what I'm talking about. Alright. Ow. Alright. Now, his last Pokemon, Clink, level 23, pure steel type, plus or minus for the ability. We don't know what his ability is. I think it might, I don't know. Anyway, charge, gear, grind, and thunder shock. Alright, let's go for Force Palm and just stop the gears from turning. Splendid! You are quite the trainer! This is excellent! Excellent! I see! Just like the gym leaders in each area of the Elite Four and champion in the Pokemon League, you bring out the power of Pokemon and be kind to them. That's the kind of person you are. I'm extremely grateful for your help. This is a token of my gratitude. So you pretty much just gave me steroids. It's so frustrating. If only we could talk to Pokemon in order to bring out their powers. But there's no way a person that could ever exist. Well then, Cedric, I hope to see you again sometime. Apparently someone has never heard of natural harmonium. Okay. So, I actually want to deal with those trainers at a later time. They're not... Damn it, I kind of... Okay, well then again, I did kind of roll right into that one. But anyway, you know what? One trainer's not gonna hurt. Why did you kiss it? I doubt I'll ever find the answer to that one. Okay. Now the crazy thing about Herdier, yep, they got, this one's barely gonna have Sand Rush for the ability. But this actually comes as a bit of a blessing in disguise. Yes, it does. When it has that kind of ability, not only will it double its speed in the Sandstorm, but it's also negating the effects of the Sandstorm's after effect. Kind of cheap if you ask me, but anywho. Keenan, thank you for your money. Alright, now. Alright, let's send that Eevee out. Oh, wait a minute. I want to check something. I never got it. What the heck? You know what? Ooh, I was using the circle pad. I should have been using the D-pad. You know what? Why the heck not? Makes up for lost time if you ask me. Alright. Steady as they go now. Ooh, Mega Drain. Okay, changing the plans. We're taking down the Cockney. Yes, yes, that thing is very intimidating. Oh crap, they both have it? Ooh. Alright, the Courtney is down. Okay, thank goodness, thank goodness. This is excellent, excellent. Okay, so I actually need to do a little backtracking because I need to get that Amy the coin. I don't think I showed it from before. Actually, yes, I did. Okay, don't look at me. Get the stars out of the way. I can't even go through here? What the heck? Okay. So as I was saying, let's just get back there. Yes, I'm a Harlequin. Because I could have sworn I had gotten this from before, but then again I have to relive a couple of things. But you know what? I need to get off this. I hate the D-pad sometimes. Alright. I could have sworn I actually gotten that from before. But then again, my quest to move on has practically gotten it better. Everybody who cares at this point. Okay. So now that we're finally getting back on track. Now, as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted. Let me just do this real quick. I know it's taking me a little bit of time. I know. Shut your face. You're beautiful, / handsome faces. Gosh, I gotta stop saying that. I'll give Aqua a couple of potions, but anyway. So anyway, as I was saying, I got a couple places where we can go to at this point. So if I can stop running into... Ooh, I know. I gotta get off my bike. I need to stop using the D-pad. TM28, dig. Very good, very good. Oh boy, who was it this time? Ooh, a Scraggy! Thank goodness for that ability. If I have any. Good, I got plenty. Okay. So I'm just gonna get off of my bike for a while. So let's see here. Yeah, let's go this way. A little truck. So we have right here the Desert Resort. Are these guys trainers? Okay, good. They're not. So while we're out here in the Desert Resort, we got a few new Pokemon as well. We got 4 to be more precise. I'm gonna want to go and fight this trainer right here because she's actually kind of important. First up is Sandshrew. Sandshrew is a very slow defensive ground type. If you want one, by all means. In all honesty, I do like it, but the only problem that I have with it is, like I said, it's very slow, and the only thing it's good for is just for being a wall. So, I mean, hey, it does gain an awesome Alola form for later on. Next up is Maractus, one of my personal favorite grass types. Maractus is a very interesting Pokemon. If you have the right ability, I think it's Rain Dish? No, not Rain Dish. Water Absorb, I believe it is. That's a hidden ability. And if you have the right Maractus with the right moves, you got yourself a pretty deadly Pokemon. So if you want one that's really good for on your team that's know how to use the moves right, you got a good Pokemon. Next up is Sigilyph, a psychic flying type. Or flying psychic type, take a pick, I don't care how you say it. But anyway, this thing is a very odd Pokemon. It doesn't evolve, but in all honesty, I don't think it really needs to. So, if you want one, by all means. It's a very peculiar Pokemon that I've always kind of questioned every now and then. But hey, at least it means well, right? But there is a Pokemon that we can find out here. If you can get this one, you got one of the best ground types you'll ever get, and that is Trapinch. Trapinch. If there's one thing that I could say that's awesome about this thing is Dune Hazard. Okay, but anyway, in all seriousness, Trap Pinch, if you have one, you got a pretty good Pokemon that's gonna evolve into a part Dragon type later on. It's a fan favorite, and it's one of my personal favorites. So if you want one, go right ahead. It's right here if you want it. I used one in my XD Gale Darkness LP, and it served me great. Okay. So, I know that there's not that much we can do out here, but there is something that I want to take a little look around at. Not just here in the Desert Resort, but if you guys recall, there's also this Relic Castle here from Black and White. Doesn't look like it's been buried in snow. How peculiar. Then again, this is a desert after all we're talking about. But it's a dry heat! Screw you. Okay. Where's the opening? Oh, here's the opening. So anyway. So what do we get when we come in here? Oh, just one new Pokemon in particular, and that is... this thing! Yonmask! Yonmask is a pure ghost type. Typically, this one in particular is actually kind of an interesting Pokemon. Why? Because it has the ability known as Mummy. So, what exactly does it do? It practically causes an infection on the Pokemon that comes into physical contact with it that changes their ability upon physical contact. So, if you want a Yonmask for your team, by all means, it does become a little bit more defensive upon its final evolution of Cofagrigus. So, hey, it's not a bad Pokemon to say the least. Did not expect it to evolve this soon. Okay, I guess I could just... okay. So, I got a Water, Psychic, Fighting Steel type, and an Electric Steel. So... okay, I was not expecting this to happen. What the heck? So, anyway, we got Synchronous... ooh! Well, I'm going to this. I guess I could go ahead and cover the evolution Pokemon at this point. So, okay, so we'll start from Gen 1, and then coming into the most recent one, excluding Gen 6. So, first up is... Jolteon. Jolteon. This is a Pokemon that can evolve into EV with the use of a Thunderstone. Jolteon is mostly meant to be a speed demon. It's actually tied with second fastest from the first generation with Aerodactyl, I believe it is. So, if you want to have a really, really fast Pokemon in your team, Jolteon is a good one. The only downside is, with all of that, it does have a little bit of some frailty on it, but it's still not a bad Pokemon to say the least. Next up is Vaporeon, evolving from only with a Water Stone. Vaporeon. This one is mostly meant to be the bulky Pokemon because it has a whole lot of HP. And some rather decent amount of defense and special defense as well to back it up. So, if you want to have a really good defensive water type, this one's not a bad one. Next up is Flareon, which is also a Firestone. Flareon is mostly meant to be a physical offensive Pokemon. At first, it was a pretty terrible Pokemon, but thanks to the physical special split even onward, it got even better with some of its physical fire types being introduced, like, say, Fire Fang. So, oh boy! If you wanted to use one on your team, by all means, it is a fantastic Pokemon that I would recommend. Next up is, of course, Espeon right here. Espeon evolves during the daytime with high happiness. Espeon is a great special attacker. In fact, if I recall correctly, it has the highest base special attack stat out of all the non-legendary Gen 2 Pokemon. So, this thing, when you give it the right Psychic type moves, this thing is a monster. And so, if you want a really good special attacker, Espeon's a good one. Next up, it's his counterpart, Umbreon. Umbreon is my personal favorite pure dark type. Of the non-legendary class, I believe it is. I don't care. But anyway, this thing is one of the best walls that I would recommend. If you want a wall, look no further than Umbreon. This thing, when used correctly, it can be pretty good to use at the time, but one of the best ones that I would say is probably have to be Umbreon at this point. Now, these next two Pokemon, we're not going to be getting the evolutions for later on, but I'll just cover them anyway. Next up is Leafeon. Leafeon can only be evolved from an Eevee around a mossy rock. This thing is all around not too bad. It's not bad, not great. If you want to use a Leafeon, you're going to have to wait until, I think, the after game, I believe it is. But, anywho, this thing is not bad, but the only downside I can really say is that some of its best moves that it learns as they're leveling up are pretty crazy. Like, its highest, like, I think its best move that it learns through leveling up, I think is, what was it, Razor Leaf, I believe it is. But if you want to have a Pokemon like that, you have to wait until the after game. Same thing with its counterpart, Glaceon, which is actually one of my personal favorite ice types. Glaceon! If there's one thing I could say about Glaceon that's really good, is that its beauty and its power. If you want a Glaceon on your team, by all means. It is a really not a bad Pokemon, but like with Leafeon, you have to wait until the after game. I'm not saying it's a bad Pokemon, it's a very good Pokemon. But you just gotta wait until the after game until you get to a frozen rock, I believe it is. And I think that pretty much just covers it. That is all the evolutions. And of course we got ourselves like okay. And you are a rock bug type, so Electron will be good in this fight. Okay. Ow. Forgot that Stales are good against rocks. Okay. And yes, I know the accuracy fell. I know. Doesn't matter at this point. Okay. So that's pretty much it that I'm going to show off at the Relic Castle at the very point, and also here at the Desert Resort. So let me just grab this item real quick. It's a red shard. These things are going to be practically useful for later on, so not going to be that important for quite some time, but hey, they're right here if you need them. So before I end things off, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more exploring around, because whoa! I actually want to avoid that trainer. Can you look up? Are you able to look up? I guess not. Unless there's another way around. Nope, there is not. Okay, so is this? Okay, we got a green shard here. I'll find out what that item is off screen because I really don't want to deal with it right now. We got a Stardust. I almost said Starbucks for a moment. Oh, come on! Well, it looks like I got into one more fight. Because I really wouldn't want to get out of here before I get more sand in my eyes. But fortunately, you only got one Pokemon, and I cheated. Oh, what's this? You want to challenge St. Truesdale, the top student of our school? That sounds like a marvelous idea. I'm going to approve this right away. Oh. What's that? Can you speak up, please? Oh, really? You wanted... Is that what you just said? You really wanted to do this? Well, here's what I have to say to you about that. Oh, that's like... Fuck no! Oh god, why? Okay. Ooh! I forgot, these rangers actually give you something. These are really good for helping out with burns, aka raspberries. So anyway, now that that's all said and done, we're actually gonna go ahead and we're gonna end things off right here. I know that I haven't been with you guys from yesterday, but I really couldn't do anything from yesterday because I was so busy that day and I had to relive a lot of stuff, so unfortunately, this is all you get for the moment. But anyway, it doesn't matter at this point because next time we're going to be heading for Nimbasa City and we're going to see what we can do out there, alright? See you guys then.